I'm Tad Flaky,
I'm Lilibet Flaky.
and this is Pointless Global News. On today's show, it turns out that foul odor in a high school came from a teacher.
Next, a man saves an injured squirrel, and now they are inseparable.
And then we'll meet the ER doc with tales from the dark side. More on that later, but first, Alexander Lewis, a teaching assistant at West Florence High School in South Carolina, thought it would be fun to use some fart spray that he bought online inside the school. Court documents claim Lewis used the spray repeatedly between August 25th and September 19th, which caused disruption to classes, impacted the school's air system, and sent students to the nurse with respiratory issues. His actions reportedly cost the school about $55,000 for multiple inspections and repairs to its air conditioning system. Students and staff suffered headaches, nausea, and dizziness due to the foul stench. He was arrested after school when closed-circuit TV caught him walking through the school's breezeway with an object in his hand, spraying something before slipping it into his pocket. Lewis has denied responsibility, saying he was spraying a lemon-scented hand sanitizer. Sure it was, with police finding, of course, that the sanitizer was in fact fart spray when they searched his car. After the search, Lewis, age 32, was arrested on charges of malicious injury to property exceeding $10,000 and disturbing schools as a non-student. Authorities indicated further charges are possible. Last month, Florence County reassured parents that the school's gas lines, propane systems, and air quality were running safely and normal.
Don't people know that there are cameras everywhere? Everywhere.
Well, obviously, he thought he could outsmart them.
You can't get away with anything anywhere.
Nope.
4 years ago, in a Sussex churchyard, kebab shop owner Mohammed Onal, 58, found a baby squirrel with a broken leg.
Is the baby squirrel going to be okay a little bit?
Well, we hope so. You know, our daughter also has been known to find baby squirrels just randomly walking down the street. Anyway, now the two are inseparable, and they share Oreos, shopping trips, and what Mr. Onal calls unconditional love, loyalty, and respect. Onal found the baby squirrel in Hailsham near Hastings in 2021. When an animal rescue could not help, he decided to nurse him back to health himself. He said, "I took him to the vet and she said that by law they had to put him down." For 8 weeks, Mehmet cared for the squirrel, later named Alvin, giving him hydrotherapy until he recovered. When Alvin was well again, Mehmet returned to the churchyard to release him, but the animal kept coming back. "He came running at me like a bullet," he said. It was emotional. The way he came to him, he didn't want to go. Since then, Alvin has lived with Mehmet and the pair have become best friends. But some people call him a vermin because he is a gray squirrel. "He is my boy." I start crying. I am a very emotional person. He is no vermin. Mehmet, whose kebab shop is in the town, is often seen with Alvin at the local shopping center where people stop to take pictures. He has since rescued 2 more squirrels, Simon and Eleanor, should have been Simon and Theodore, but must have been a girl, and has gained more than 10,000 followers on TikTok by sharing videos of the animals. Alvin, he said, has developed a taste for unusual foods. He loves custard creams, but when he gets to the cream, he doesn't eat it. And every day morning, he wants sliced tomatoes with pita bread. The squirrel recently celebrated his birthday with an acorn cake. I always believed that Alvin is a special gift. I was in a very bad place. He made me smile again. He added, "It is unconditional love. It is loyalty and respect between us." The RSPCA advises that if you find a sick animal, you have to take it to a vet. Well, you know I have something to say about squirrels.
And so do I.
Because they are always doing acrobatics in our yard, and I'm not a big fan of them. You know, I just call them rats with fuzzy tails.
But I can relate to how this guy communicated with the squirrel because of the way I interact with the chipmunks we have in the backyard.
Yeah, chipmunks are my favorite little,
they're so adorable.
cute baby animal.
It's impossible not to
But
fall in
I'll
love
pass
with them.
on squirrels.
Well, I'm not. I try and stay in close touch with them. Finally, an ER doc has gone viral for revealing the most outrageous object that he's ever removed from a patient's butt. We promise you will never think of autumn the same way again. Chicago emergency room doctor Kenji Oyazu shared that a common problem he encounters is the presence of questionable objects lodged in the rectum. Whenever I tell people I'm an emergency room doctor, they always ask me two things. What is the sickest thing you've ever seen, and what's the weirdest thing you've ever pulled out of someone's butt? As a veteran of the strange, Oyasu shared that he's seen many patients whose issues can be summarized as stuff up the butt. Of these, one anal enthusiast stands out for the sheer object size and seasonal allegiance. Dr. Oyasu said, a guy came in whose complaint was personal problems, which I always know is going to be something that is probably best described as butt stuff. The unidentified patient confessed to Oyasu that he and his girlfriend got a little crazy last night and put something up there and were unable to remove it. The unspecified something was truly sensational. This was a Yankee candle, and not the mini stocking stuffer variety that he might think that was up there, because you would think that would be the only thing that would fit, but no. We're talking about a desktop jar size Yankee candle, and not just the top, but the whole damn thing, he declared. Ever the professional, Yazoo resisted asking how or why, instead focusing on an exit strategy. The question now becomes how to get it out, and really for things that are really big, you can't just reach up there and grab them, because when you pull them out, the suction causes a vacuum that just pulls it back in, Oyazu noted. To remove the objects like this, he said, you have to intubate, paralyze the patient with anesthesia, and then put them on a ventilator as you would for an operation. You give a medication that relaxes every muscle in the body so you can go up and grab it. Oyazu added that after identifying it as a candle obstructing the exit, he and his staff placed bets on what the scent profile would be. This time I won the bet. Pumpkin spice. It was October. So, of course, it was easy, Oyazu said. Sounds like a lot of fun in the ER. It seems that our candle smuggling hero is not alone in his pursuit of curious butt plugs. According to a 2023 study in the American Journal of Emergency Medicine, nearly 4,000 people are hospitalized with foreign objects in their rectum each year. Of these reported cases, the average age of the patient visiting the emergency room was 43 years old. Nearly 78% of the patients were male, no surprise there, and 40% of these patients required hospitalization. Over half of the foreign bodies were sexual objects, including vibrators, anal beads, and other sex toys, while the remaining inserted items were less obvious. Just think of the man who had to be rushed into the ER for surgery after getting a can of deodorant stuck up his butt. Stranger still, back in 2022, a French senior citizen left doctors shell-shocked when he arrived with a World War I artillery shell lodged in his rectum. I kid you not. It led to the hospital being partially evacuated due to bomb scare concerns.
I'm not sure I want to comment on this at all.
I thought, sure, you used to work in the profession.
No, I'm going to pass on this one.
That's a hard...
There's nothing more to say. What can be said?
It's a hard pass.
Yes.
And that's going to be a wrap for another Pointless Global News. Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Tad Flaky.
I'm Lilibet Flaky.
Stay pointless, my friend.